This video is about how to utilize SeeYou to analyze engine noise levels in an LX series computer or Nano 4 or other devices which record a track log and engine noise for jet engines, for two-strokes, basically either type of engine. So in this example, we're going to use an Arcus J, which is a two-place Arcus sailplane with a jet engine. The plane is going to self-launch, in other words, dragging a wingtip on the ground without a assistance. So in order to see it, we have to be on engine noise level. There's a means of propulsion, but we're not going to use that. We're going to use engine noise level. And so to see the noise level, we have to select in view. We have to look at select it there. We're looking at the instruments here. You can see ground speed, rate of climb, and altitude. So we click on View and open Legend, and now the engine noise level graph comes up on the right hand side of the screen. And so as this recording begins, we can see the engine noise level at 100. So the jet engine is already running here, and we have various amounts of engine noise level depending on aircraft speed, rolling on the ground, idle, engine off, ambient noise. It picks up all noises in the cockpit. Probably even the screaming pilot, but I don't know about that. So anyway, we're going to set the speed at ×1, so we're looking at real speed, and we're going to start the play, and we'll look at the engine noise level here as the takeoff roll begins. So as the plane begins to move, we start picking up quite a bit of noise because of the wheel rolling on the ground and the wingtip dragging on the ground. We're seeing very high levels of noise there as the plane rolls down the runway. Probably the air vents are open, the windows might be open, I don't know. So ground speed rolls up past 50, and we can see a very high engine noise level, which again encompasses all levels. So the airplane is about to lift off here, and even though the jet is still running at full power, the noise level has decreased substantially due to not having the ground noise involved there. So the Arcus is airborne, climbing out down the runway, and you can see pretty much the standard high-powered noise level being shown there. As the plane is climbing at 1,000 feet a minute right there, climbing at 75 knots ground speed, and climbing through 300 feet AGL. Making a turn, we're watching the engine noise level on the right hand side of the screen. Somewhere in here the gear would be coming up, but in this particular case the sensor is in the engine bay, and it's not really associated much with the gear, the sound of the gear noise. If you had a Nano 4 inside the cockpit, then you would definitely hear an increased noise signature from the gear being down, but not in this case. So as the plane climbs out, speed has increased to 85 to 90. And so we're seeing the noise level associated with both the engine being run at full power and noise of the air and the windows and the vents being open, etc. This is 9 o'clock in the morning. These guys are wearing heavy expedition climbing suits. I'm sure they're hot, and they've got a lot of air coming into the cockpit at this point. So they're finding some really good climb rates, even as low as 6,000 feet MSL. And speeds for the most part are fairly slow, although again, this is ground speed that we're looking at. In here somewhere, the engine will be reduced in power, and we're going to see a little bit less of an ENL signature, but still we have a lot of, we've got a high amount of noise that we're monitoring here. So the engine's running at 75% power, and we're about to, these boys are about to contact the wave. So we'll slow it down here, ×1. They're probably getting ready to shut down. We've got much decreased engine noise level. Engine's running at idle right now, and any second the engine is going to be turned off. So we will also see the track of the glider change to a yellow track to correspond with the engine noise level. So the engine's turned off now. We can see it on the screen. We can see it on the engine noise level. At this point, we can see the speed of the glider has increased substantially, ground speed being very high, 160 knots ground speed, and you can see that the corresponding noise signature is up around 20 and 30 when the plane is going this fast. Now we're going to take another look at the engine shutdown to determine the time of engine shutdown. So the jet has been idling, cool down period, in preparation for engine shutdown. The glider is well established in the wave, climbing well, and here we go, right where the noise level drops into the green, and we can see it both on the scale on the right and on the track on the screen. There's our engine shutdown time of 22:10. 22:08:09, I think, is where I had the cursor set on the track. So that's how we can determine the time of engine shutdown. Now we're going to look at engine startup at the end of the flight. The boys are back near Hawthorne for the landing. You can see the noise level go up briefly right there. That's probably the sound of the doors opening and closing as the jet comes out. So the doors open, the jet comes out, and then the doors close again. So we're back to a smaller noise level, a little bit higher because there's some noise going into the engine bay where the sensor is located in this case. And the boys are flipping some switches and getting ready to start, and there's the noise level coming up. So the jet engine is running again. So we can take a look here at the very beginning of that red portion of the track log and look at the time, and there's our time, 16:26:02. I think it's 2:26 in the morning that this happened on this particular flight, is the time of engine restart. So now we can see the noise level rising back up as the engine starts up and winds back down a little bit after the start and is running now at idle speed. So the engine is running just in case they have to go around in the strong winds at Hawthorne. So here's the approach into the landing, and you can see engine noise level consistent with running around idle. And then at the instant of touchdown, we're going to see the noise jump way up as the wheels contact the ground, and there's all the rumbling of the plane on the ground. And then as the plane slows down, we see the noise level drop lower and lower. But the engine is still running. As we slow down, you're going to see the noise level come back to the pretty consistent engine at idle noise level.